At my son's birthday party 8 years ago, and I have just realized it was actually 8 years ago this weekend, I heard one of his friends ask my dad a question, and the small boy kind of stuttered up to him and say, "So Stephen, what would happen to me if I fell in a black hole?" And the little boy ask the right person because my father is astrophysicist, and so he really likes talking about black holes at parties. He would be wrapped into spaghetti, my dad replied, and the children were delighted. They are like spaghetti, of course, and they started spaghetti dancing around the kitchen and watching them. I could see they had no problem visualizing this. Their imagination were open to exploring the universe, and they had this kind of childlike wonder and joy and the natural affinity with the subject matter, which made them just like astrophysicists. Now the adult in the room looked confused. They were trying to put on their intelligent faces and pretending they understand, but they didn't get it. And I could see this wanted to understand, and they were already kind of worrying about the inevitable follow-up questions on the way home in the car. Like, "So mom, dad, what is a black hole?" So you can say, when I heard the boy ask the questions, I had three revelations. The first was that the children were fascinated by the subject matter. My father has long-term ALS, and so he speaks through a computer. So he has to activate an infrared beam by a tweak of cheek muscle. And this infrared beam connects to the cursor on the screen. So as the rate of speech is quite slow, it's around the 3 to 5 words a minute. But the kids didn't budge. While he was typing up the answer, they just stood there and they were fascinated. They really wanted to know. The second revelation was that my father has not only the wit and the knowledge to give us younger audience an answer, but could give them an answer they related to. So a black hole, of course, as we know, is a region of space where gravity is so dense that nothing, not even light, will escape. And if we were to go to the edge, to the event horizon and fall, it would be ripped into spaghetti, turned into spaghetti, an everyday dish which all kids can picture. And the third revelation was the questions. What happens to me if I fell in black hole? Was in fact a story. And I could see that this was the way to explain astrophysics to this age group. A child's frame of reference is very small, as centers on themselves, and they look for a story with the figure of a child to take them through an experience. And so this is occurred to me was that we needed to go to the edge, to the event horizon of the black hole. We needed to experience it. We needed to create an emotional connection with the cosmic phenomenon, and we needed to tell a story about it. And I realized that the adult would be keen to come along and the journey, that this was something parents and children could go on great cosmic voyage together, and they would both learn even if the parents still pretending that they already knew. Now, I am not claiming it is a new idea, because humans have always used storytelling to explain the wonders of natural world around us. A few years ago, I was in Australia, and I heard about an Australian Aboriginal Dreamtime myth, 14,000 years old, in which new stars fall in love and they come down to Earth, where they come the first human. And you could see this is a kind of interesting take on modern nuclear physics, which teaches us the element formed in the belly of stars sent out and great cloud of gas and dust. When the stars reaches the end of life and dies, these elements are what we are made of. And so like the human in the dream time myth, who were stars that came to Earth, we are all made of stardust. There are Norse myths which explain thunder, an ancient Mayan legend around what is an eclipse, and from Aesop fables to clipping just so stories. We have always used a story to explain, give a reason, whether it's improbable or hilarious or based in truth or totally factual as to why things are the way they are. And so surely I thought right after, why would why was storytelling